toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Trojans will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Washington Huskies offense takes the field. Leaves it with the back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Caught near the sticks. It's Brown. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on first down. The sure hand is Brown. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Huskies have this offense rolling. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They're dealing with a second and long. Gonna look downfield again. Took a shot as he threw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. The Trojans offense will go to work for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over. He got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often. They hit him early. They got sacks on him. And then he started feeling it. His eyes came down.
And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. The Trojans decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not going to risk a return here, he'll make the fair catch. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job of getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got him in the flat.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Huskies! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Going to swing it on second down. Pulls it in. It's Coates. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one. And the Trojans line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Trojans look to keep this drive humming. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James. He would have loved to blitz this dude. So athletic from the linebacker position.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. First snap for this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. A quick pass to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. Now on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. He makes a grab. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached a break. It's Washington holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll try to race to the edge on first and goal with the wide receiver. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Well, you obviously want to get your receivers the football down here in the red zone, but it's tough to throw it to them because the windows are so small. So I like the idea, handing it off to that guy and seeing if he can do something with the speed.
After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds a little space. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
That's how you earn your first down the hard way. Really good job by the QB, dropping back the pass, scrambling, getting the first down, but taking a big shot at the end.
Looking downfield on first down. He's got it on the outside. Turns it on down the left side. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Going to try to pop one on the screen. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And the QB has had a nice drive, and this offense has been throwing the football over the yard. You want to stop that? Get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback effective, and even better, getting him on the ground.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing, great job getting a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working. A lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to...
It's a fumble! Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Offense in a split backfield. Give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They'll give it to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Cross. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. The Huskies are on the move. He wants to throw it. Touchdown, Washington. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down, to throw. The Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Brown. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Shoots it to the left. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Quarterback in trouble, just dump it right in the gut. Don't make him reach for it. Just put it right on the body of the fullback.
Yeah, Reese, you got to be real accurate when you throw to these guys. Not the biggest catch radius, let's just say. Moving forward, though, I think we're going to see this fullback play a big role in this offense.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. He'll pull it down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Splits the uprights. Good. And that lead grows even bigger. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Fielded in the end zone. It's Coates. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 25, exactly where he would have been if he'd taken the knee. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw on 1st down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Coates. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Trojans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Makes the catch. There he goes. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Going to take a shot. Makes a catch at the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback floating away from pressure. A little release to the back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. They'll send out the kicker here. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. Now a 2-possession game at 24-13. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they liked.
Throws to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Wants to throw it. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Washington coming to the line with another first down. They send the tight end in motion. To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try the right side. Finding an escape route. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. The Huskies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Quickly to the tight end. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here we go. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Coates. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Trojans send out the punt unit. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Crosses the 40. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Now on second down. Robinson looking to pass. Gone over the middle. It's Frost. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards. How about the oath? And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 41. He's got his man across the middle, and he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll go to the air on second and short. Makes the grab. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to keep it in the air. The quick out. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
He makes the grab. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his man. It's Frost. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Makes the catch. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points to get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They're facing a third down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. With the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Husky! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them, too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to throw on 1st down. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires left. Just excellent technique by this receiver, working the sideline. The great footwork to stay in bounds. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Knowles. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Headed to the end zone. And and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Washington! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They go to the ground. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Hand off from the shotgun. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Going with the ground game left. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. A strike downfield. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold offense.
Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd down.
You got to find a matchup. Like, what is the matchup out wide that you can go with? 4 verts, I get it, but they're playing deep. They're understanding that they got a lead. They can play with a cushion. We just need a guy to win a one-on-one battle. Who is our guy that we can...
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got some space. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's Frost. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed